Yes, sir. What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy Strictly. How everybody doing? So, okay, that's great. So let's get down to the nitty gritty, shall we? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Trying to do something, trying to invite, but boy, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's really crazy because man, it's weird when you try to do it over the phone and you trying to invite people to hop on the phone, and then you do it on the anyways. That's beside the point. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about dating. I was trying to do this video last night, but you know, BS happened. But let's talk about dating right quick. Um, when when it comes to dating, we 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 tend to rush. We tend to rush our nut. We do. Not only we tend to rush our nut, and that's on both sides, and that's on both sides. That's realistic. So you have to. We as humans, we tend to rush that love at first sight, right? Instead of getting to know. And let me tell you something. You have to establish a healthy relationship. You have to establish your business. You have to stand on business. You have to, because at the end of the day, if you don't stand on business on what you said, I don't know what to tell you. But you had to stand on business. When you have a God healthy relationship, and I'm gonna break that down. When you put God first in your relationship, right? You put Him first. You don't put your partner, your significant other first. No, you put Him first, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for God, you are going to go through trials and tribulations. You are going to. That's life. That is life. You're going to go through trials and tribulations because, again, that's life. There's no such thing as no love at first sight. If it is, then Disney World, other theme parks, that's where it is at. But realistically, no. Hold on for a second. Um, but also, when even with dating, right? Even
Yeah.
when even when dating, you gotta put God first, because if you don't put God first, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you because I'm trying to tell you, we don't. It's important to put God first ahead of your relationship. You don't want to put your significant other over God, because that's not going to work. I'm letting you know right now, it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, how can you say that you want you want things to work when the only thing you're doing is bullshitting with yourself? You can't bullshit somebody who bullshit on an everyday basis. You can't do that. And that goes with women. I'm neutral. So at the end of the day, men and women do the exact same shit, but they just do it differently. You got some men out there that say they want relationships, but what I'm saying, they doing the most. They doing stupid shit by getting the huddles, what I'm saying, trying to figure out who's gonna talk to who and all that. That's no. But no, that's not men. Men are not supposed to do that. Men don't be in a huddle trying to figure out, um, oh, cuz, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, look at Shorty over there, man. Man, go ahead and talk to Shorty, man. If she got a friend, man, I'm a do it. I got you. Man, listen there. You know what I call them? I call them bullshitters. Yeah, not bullshitters, bullshitters. Yes, because of the fact that, dog, you cannot do that. You can't not do that. It's the same thing with some of these women out here. And I repeat, some. 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 Because
Yeah, you gotta say that because they'll get you, they'll flip you. You gotta say that, oh, you hating on women, da 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 da. Well, really, we just trying to give game on perspective on dating. Like it's our opinion, you know what I'm saying, bro? We ain't trying to
mm-hmm,
hate on women or nothing like that. We actually love women, but that's why we try to do this to see if we could make something better happen because we see how negative it is
yep,
becoming.
exactly. And that's the thing, though. The thing is this. Now, we we men love hard. People don't understand. Men love hard. We love hard, and people don't understand.
Love.
People don't understand because of the fact that some man, some is 50-50 on both sides, but it's man, because people don't understand that men go through shit too. We as men, we always been told that you gotta suck it up. You gotta suck it up, and you gotta have some cojones, right? But my thing is this, and I remember my uncle told me a long time ago, men date up. Women wait, men date up. Oh, was it men date up, women date down? It was it was something. It's men date no. Yes, men date up, women date down. No, women date up, men. One of those. But based on what I'm saying is, we love. If you love us, we gonna give you the world. It don't matter. We don't worry about status. Well, some men worry about status because some men, the era that we living in, image is something. If I could wear 30,000 chains, right? If I wear 30,000 chains in a beat up car, right?
Yeah.
The perception is this: oh yeah, he got money because he got a whole bunch of chains. Then we ain't worrying about no his vehicle, but he got 30,000 chain. He got money. See, again, that's the wrong mindset. that you have. Now, on the other side, oh well, you got to make 5 figures. You got to no, that no, and see that's why dating in today's society, people don't date nowadays. People don't get to know each other nowadays. People don't do that because, excuse my mouth, because of the fact that it's about fucking, sucking. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know
Hey, strictly, I have a quick question for you though.
what's up?
It says that you're live, but it's not playing, and I just tried to join, and it's not letting me join. So is it possible?
Man, at the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. If you know, is technology is technology. You know what I'm saying? Sooner,
Yeah,
yeah, but sooner or later we,
I was trying to make sure.
yep, because sooner or later, you know what I'm saying? You know how computers work. It's going to one of these days. It,
Yeah, one of these days it's gonna work
mm-hmm. But
for sure.
yeah, then I try it on the phone one of these days because man, I'm just something's
It's
wrong.
gonna work on your phone if you do it on your phone. I promise you, because I sent my computer and it didn't work. It said that it only works on phone, so that's why it's not working, brother.
Boy, shout out to I told you, shout out to Bill Gates. You know,
Okay,
shout out to Bill Gates. I just want to give a shout out to Bill Gates. Thank you for having technology all effed up. You know what I'm saying? I like to give a wholeheartedly emotional tribute to Bill Gates. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because even though even though we can't do it on the phone, you know, and we do it on the laptop, you know, I'd like to do a tribute, bro, because you know Bill Gates fucked everything up. Like, oh man, but let's get back to the topic.
yeah, let's get back to the topic. Are you still live too? Like,
Mm,
is it showing that you're still live?
how about now?
No. Where? And then it says you have another upcoming one. Let's talk about it. You have another upcoming video called Let's Talk About It.
Like I said, when phones are phones, their technology is retarded. But
I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm gonna try
but
opening my app again.
I feel that you know, us men, you know, we love we love hard. We do. Um, do we do our love get taken advantage of? Yes, some. You know, there's always a some because you know how people have am nigga and have selective hearing and say, you know, whoa, okay, brother. No. This is what happens when you don't open up your ears and listen. Going back to what I was saying about relationships, it's always good to get to know. You don't rush your nut, and you don't what, and you don't rush your squirt. You don't. You get to know, but also stand on business. When the Bible talks about alignment, the Bible, God, when the Bible talks about alignment, it talks about two hearts, right? Two hearts have to align with Him. If you guys, I give you an example. If you guys stand on business and believe that He comes first, that no matter what, no matter what, he's gonna be first. You trust and believe in him. Not only you trust and believe in him, but God, I can't stand her. God, I can't stand him. Work things out. Heal me. Grow. People don't grow together. People act like God is a genie in the bottle. No, it takes progress. Everything don't work out in the beginning. It don't.
No.
And I think that's the problem that we have in society because we like to rush. We think we get to know each other, you get to know the person off rip. No, it takes time. It's like food in the oven. It's going to cook. It's going to cook and it's going to keep cooking. It is. Now, the thing is, are you going to go through that pressure? I'm going to say this again. Are you going to go through that pressure when things happen? Are you going to be there? When things happen, what are you going to do? The Bible talks about this as well. When two become one, when that person is down, paraphrasing God, when that person is down, it's supposed to uplift them and vice versa. You have to. But everything's a choice. It's a choice. Yes, sir. It's a choice. It is a choice. If you want to work it out, it is a choice. You can't have no excuse. You can't have excuses and say, you can't have excuses. Yes, sir. You can't have excuses and say, got you. You can't have excuses and say that, oh, well, oh, it's not worth, it's too. No. If you signed up, you signed up for it. God see the future.
Yeah.
He see the future.
God see the future?
Yeah. God see the future. He see what's going on. But in the midst of what's going on, there's a work in progress. There's a process. You have to process. You have to. It's a process. Everything doesn't work all at once. You have to get to know. If this is what you want, if this is what you want to fight for, go ahead. But also you have to have forgiveness. You got to forgive those who did you dirty. You have to. Because at the end of the day, you got to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive because at the end of the day, you can't harbor resentment. You can't harbor foolishness. You cannot harbor past hurt. And the crazy thing is that is true. I'll give you an example. I had an ex of mine.
Yeah.
Had an ex of mine, and we have history. We had history. Things didn't work out. I'm not gonna but the years, and the things that happened, that transpired when you've been done wrong, when you thought things was gonna work out, when you doing your own thing, you being faithful, while two wrongs don't make a right. I just want to make that clear, to keep it short.
Keep your blood raw.
You have to keep it blood raw. You have to.
You're the only person I know that say blood raw.
You have to keep it blood raw, bro, because at the end of the day, if you don't keep it blood raw, if you don't stand on business, then then you got to be like Gucci when he told Jeezy, "Do you when you take a piss, do you sit or do you stand?" You know, and you have to stand again. You have to stand on business because everybody's not meant. Everybody's not meant. If you ignore the red flags, you ignore the red flags. You feel me? If you guys argue, trying to get some stuff out, in the midst of you forgiving, God wants us to forgive. God wants us to grow. He do. He don't want us to have resentment. And I like I said, even with me, even with my ex, you know, I had I had resentment towards her for years. For years. But then when God changed your heart, because there's nobody but God. When God changed your heart and have you release that anger, release that resentment, it's part of growth. That's life. You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to. Now, I will say this: it doesn't mean you know anything. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you, for your mental state. It don't matter how many times y'all argue when you forgive that person, but it's for you. It is for you because at the end of the day, we all have bad track records when it comes to dating. We do. Now, if anybody say that they don't, then I will say this: Disney World. If you in Orlando, Disney World is down the block. If you in California, Disneyland is in Cali.
Disneyland is down the block.
Six
That's
Flags,
hilarious, bro.
Six Flags is in Atlanta. If you believe that, but realistically, realistically, we realistically, that's not realistically, fantasies are not reality, and I feel bad because at the end of the day, we all we all have the moments, and what I'm basically saying is what God can do, no man can't. When God directs you, no, when God directs you, when God got you, because even though you're in a relationship, you guys have separate battles, individual battles that you guys had to face, individual battles, and it's not sweet. Now, whoever said relationships is going to be peaches and cream, again, Six Flags is in Atlanta, and if you from Orlando, Disney World down the block with Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Aquatica, Fun Spot, other bullshit, Disneyland in Cali. You know what I'm saying? But we this is what we have to do, and it's a choice. Either you trust God and believe in Him, and believe that He got you in the midst of the process, or you just gonna do what you want to do. Like I said, the choice is yours. Everybody has a choice, but this is what you want. You, you fight. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you fight. You you fight and you fight, and it's not easy. It's not. Believe me, it's not easy. But
Right.
That's why I believe you're supposed to have a healthy relationship. Nobody don't want toxic. Believe me, my track record speak. But the toxic, I ain't gonna leave that alone because I ain't gonna speak on that. But nobody don't want toxic shit in a relationship. Nobody don't. If people say they do, then you know what? Hey, people mindset, it's not right. But having God first as the center of your relationship, of your relationships, works. It works. If you put him as the center, it works. I'm not saying it as in it's easier said than done, because it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, if this is what you want and this is what you want to fight for, God help me. Help me. Because at the end of the day, you want somebody that's gonna get on your nerves. You want a good headache. You want somebody that is gonna call you on your bullshit, but actually love you in the mix. Because she wants to see you win. Like you want to see her win. If you don't have communication, then I don't know what to tell you. Communication is key. And when you see today's society, social media is the new way of dating. Tinder, you know, Tinder used to be about dating. Now Tinder is about.
Used to be.
Yep. Now Tinder is about sucking and fucking. Trying to tell. Yep. Yes, sir. It is. You gotta communicate. If you don't communicate in relationships, then what's the point of you being in a relationship? You have to communicate. You have to. I don't care if she pisses you off to the point that you just want to lock her ass up in the trunk, boom, 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 and wake up the next morning and be like, damn, why are there bullet holes in the trunk? You good? You good? Oh shit. Damn, why? First off, why are you in the trunk? Who told you? What made you be in the trunk? And then just say no. Just say no. Just say no. Say no to drugs. You got to. Everybody has two choices. Either you want a good headache or a bad headache. I'm gonna break that down. A bad headache is somebody that you just want to beat the shit out of. I'm talking about legit.
Yep.
I'm talking about that. The bad headache, toxic shit. That Jody and Yvette toxic shit. I hate you. I hate you too. I love you, Jody. That type of shit. A good headache, yeah, she gonna get on your nerves and whatnot. But at least she's willing. She's willing to work it out. That's where communication is. Good headaches equals to good headaches equals to, I can't stand you. I love you. Let's win. Let's do it. Not the excuse my mouth, not the fuck you.
But don't you think that's toxic, John?
What?
Don't you think that's toxic, bro?
What? What? Of good headaches?
Yeah, good headaches, like for women being like, oh, I hate you, I love you, and doing all this shit back and forth.
Do I think it's bad? I don't think it's bad. Me personally, I really don't think it's bad. I just feel that I don't think it's bad. Well, it depends on the person, but I don't think it's bad. Everybody deserves a good headache. Everybody deserves that one person that that's gonna get on their ass, but it's also gonna love you. Again, that goes back to the scriptures where it says two become one, right? When that person is down, you're supposed to uplift, and vice versa. You're supposed to do that. Bad headaches, they don't give a damn. They understand at first, but then it's a certain switch happens. That's why you get to know. you get to know the person. You get to know. You do. You do. Because you got man, trying to man, you have to. You have to because at the end of the day, if you don't get to know the person, I don't know what to tell you. Man. Because things people gotta grow up, you know. They have to grow up. Because at the end of the day, if you don't grow up, you're gonna be stagnant as hell. You're gonna be one of them people that's gonna would have, could have, should have. And I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I'm saying it because of personal experience. And also, I'm gonna give you a nugget on this one. Just cause you have a life journey, don't allow nobody say you haven't gone through shit. You know, everybody has a journey. Everybody do. Everybody have gone through everybody have gone through shit throughout their journey. Because at the end of the
Right.
day, every single one of us have a movie. Every single one of us. You know, you can't allow somebody to say you haven't gone through anything because everybody have different shoes. Nobody don't know. That's nobody don't know, and that's why it's like this. Everybody shit the same, but different smells. I
Mm-hmm.
I repeat, everybody shit the same, but different smells. But see, we in society where it's like that's it is what it is, and it's not is what it is. It's just no, it's common sense. It's highly common sense, and I think we, and I'm including myself, we don't we don't get it. We don't get it. We look at our parents' generation, and you be like, dang, how they last. You look at our grandparents' generation, especially our grandparents' generation, be like, dang, how did y'all have a successful relationship? It's God. The answer is God. The answer is God. If you want a healthy relationship, go to God. If you want to heal, go to God. God, heal me, restore me, rebuild me. Because at the end of the day,
Cause when niggas ain't got nobody to turn to, who they gonna pray to? Who they gonna go right to God, bro? When it's that bad, when they ain't got nothing else to lose, and they in a bad position, who they gonna turn to? Strictly.
God, because that's the only solution. That's the only solution because dog, God is the creator of all things. You know, God is the way, the truth, and the light. You shouldn't go to God during the bad times. You go to God every time, good, bad, worse. Especially the worst times, because the worst times is man. That's where that shit hit. That man, because
Mm-hmm.
and even in the worst times, even when you go through situations, right? That's why I say the pressure. When the pressure is when shit happens, who's who? Who is who? You like when I remember the season people will always say, you don't have friends. You could tell a real friend, you could tell somebody that actually care about you when you go through some deep shit. And they ain't lying. They're not lying. That's why about seasoned people, they got wisdom. They know what they talking about. They know what they talking about. They do. That's why it's best to listen to it's best to I'm not gonna say get game, but it's best to know. It's best to listen, you know. That's why it's That's why I'm like, man, that's why I'm like this crazy. It's crazy because at the end of the day, who like just the escape song, who can you run to? The field is empty place. Who can you run to when you need love? They not lying. But see, I think the issue is the fact that we're so used to how can I put oh shoot. We're so used to doing things our way. And our way is not his way. Believe me, I know our way is not his way. It's like his time and it's not our time. You know? We we how can I put it this way? We tend to forget. We tend to forget sometimes that God is right there. It's like somebody doing this, right? Somebody's knocking on the door, right? Soon as that knock, when that knock stop, doesn't mean he didn't leave. He's waiting on you. He don't have to wait. He don't have to wait. He's waiting on you to come to him. He's waiting on you to come to him. And that's facts. You know, we often say that God don't hear me. And the crazy thing is, I read my devotion and it was talking about how how Abraham was old. I mean, Abraham was seasoned and he had a kid, right? He had a kid with Ishmael. Sarah thought she couldn't have kids because she was up to age. Okay. So she laughed, right? I wouldn't say she mocked God, but she doubted. She doubted. But what she don't realize is that his time is not our timing. His time is not our timing. We do ask, do God hear me? God, do you hear me? God, I'm here. We do that. God heard you. He is. But you got to trust and believe in him. You have to trust and believe in him that he got somebody better. You know what I'm saying? We go through situations in our lives, and here's the thing though, God knows everybody's not perfect. So arguments are going to happen, but it's about the alignment. It's about the alignment. What do you guys have in common? Do you guys believe? Huh? You know, you know what I'm saying? It's like even with the alignment, both hearts have to align with him. You guys agree that God is going to be the center? That you believe that God is the way, the truth, and the light? You believe that God is the creator of all things? Do you believe? Do you trust and believe that even in the midst of adversary, that he got your back? You know, it people don't look at it. You got to ask yourself why certain relationships fail. Hearts have to align with him. They do. They do. You can't be in a relationship and both hearts are not there. And when I mean both hearts are not there, I'm talking about you can't be in a relationship, right? And then all of a sudden, I give you an example. All of a sudden, you trust and believe in God. The other person don't, because people could bullshit on themselves, but both hearts have to align with Him. Again, I repeat, if both you guys You know what? Mm. If both of you guys align with him, things gonna work. What do you mean alignment? I'll be happy to show you. What does alignment means? Give me a second. Cause now I'm about to be on the preacher mode. hmm I'm about to be on this preacher mode because this has to this has to be said. It has to.
You had two people watching.
Hey,
What's the most people you ever had watching before
I
at one time?
I don't even know. I don't be paying attention. I just
That's how you gotta do it. You gotta do it like that. I know. Cause like if you just watch your numbers, it'll like affect what the fuck you talking about.
yeah.
But that's
So
it's good that you're focused.
So, biblical alignment refers to adjusting one's life to reflect God's purposes, ensuring that thoughts, actions, and values are consistent with Scripture and the example of Jesus Christ. It is not merely outward compliance, but involves an inner transformation that shapes behavior, priorities, and decision makings. Alignment emphasizes living in accordance with God's guidance, trusting His plans, and seeking spiritual fulfillment through obedience and faith. Alignment with God is going to lead to spiritual growth, purpose, and direction, and community unity. Um, so basically, what I'm saying is this, and God, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you, it takes time. You feel me? It takes time. You know, it's you have to again. You have to trust in Him. Basically, that's basically what I was saying. Alignment refers to the harmonious relationship between the individual's life and God's will. It involves adjusting. You got to trust and believe in Him. You know, you have to. You have to trust. You got to trust God. You have to. You have to. But then again, is this? You have to grow. You have to grow up. You have to grow up. You have to grow up. You have to. You have to grow up. You do. That's why alignment is important. Hearts are supposed to align. Hearts are supposed to align. You're supposed to trust him. You're supposed to trust and believe that he got you. You're supposed to trust and believe not only that he got you, that there's a purpose. Not only just because of purpose, but you got to trust and believe that God, I know you work behind the scenes. God, I thank you. God, I thank you in advance. God, not only I thank you in advance, but God, I thank you because I'm not the person who I used to be. I'm the person who I am now. I'm not him, but I'm him. God, I thank you. I trust in you. I trust in your will. I trust in your word. You said I will never you'll never leave nor forsake. You know, you have to, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to. You have to because you know that's why I say um light minds, light minds, light minds, and that's why we still growing. We still growing. God did not say everything's supposed to happen all at once. He didn't. It takes time. We think we as humans we want things microwave style. Nah, it's a process. It's growth. And even with relationships, it's growth. You have to grow within each other. You have to grow within God. You have to establish that God is the center. You have to establish that even in the midst of adversary, God, I trust you. Even in the midst of chaos, God, I trust you. Even if I can't stand it, God, I trust you. People, I'm not going to say church relationship is different. Nah, relationship is relationship. I'll give you an example, right? If, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll give you an example, right? Let's say, let's say you meet a woman. Y'all met, y'all talking, y'all believe in God, but actually believing in God. Because you got a lot that say they do, they don't. You actually believe in God. You actually trust in his will, right? You
Right.
guys talk about God, your actions. People think that it's easy. No, it's not. You're gonna have bumps and bruises. You're gonna have bumps and bruises. God knows your heart. God's not stupid. He knows your heart. He knows your heart. And God knows you. God knows. That's why when we be like, oh my gosh, why? What? No, God knows why. He knows why. He knows you're not meant to be a stepdaddy. He knows that you meant to be number one. He knows that. You got to be aligned. You got to be aligned. You got to trust him. Like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 said, trust in the Lord always and lean not to thy own understanding. Acknowledge your ways and he should direct your path. That's actual facts. That's actual facts. And and I think that's highly important. It is. It's highly important because this is something that is needed. This is something that not only is needed, but is beneficial. You know, I say this, have a conversation, talk about God, but be your own. Don't be like everybody else. Be your own. Be true to yourself. You know, that's why you got unity. That's why you got connections. Those who those who really love the Lord, connect with them. Connect with them. Connect with them. Connect with them. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you touch one, you can touch 100. Hundreds can reach thousands and above. They do. That's why in healthy relationships, God centered relationships, that's why I'm still learning. I'm still learning because again, we all went through shit in the past, and that's the past. The past is the past. You can't forget about the past. The only thing you could do is this: you can forgive the past, and you can leave the past behind. Because the road that you heading, people are not going to be aligned with that. Not everybody's going to be aligned with what you're doing. Not everybody's going to understand what you're doing. Not everybody's going to be there to support you. Not everybody going to do it. But the thing is, what are you going to do? Because you can't trust man. You cannot trust man. You can't trust man because man is going to fail you each and every time. Man is going to fail you. Men lie, women lie. God don't. God know. But see, even with going back to Abraham and Sarah, how she thought it was funny because it's like, God, I'm up to age. You know. So it's funny how he could create babies, but I've been praying. She had to trust. She had to trust that God is in control. She had to trust. You have to trust God. That's why that's why we have to trust. That's why when we pray, we pray. You know he's working behind the scenes. He is. He's working behind the scenes. But even when he's working behind the scenes and blessing you, you got to be humble. You have to be humble. You can't be cocky.
Back.
You be cocky, God gonna take that away from you. Believe me, I know. I know. Man, it was a long waiting season. And when we talk about waiting season, we talking about we talking about we're not talking about actual waiting season, but we talking about on the spiritual level, you know, and we can't do that. We can't. We can't do that. We can't be cocky. We have to be humble.
Strictly.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit the doctor's appointment right now, so I'm gonna be tuning in, man, and keep it up, man. I like the channel.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
talk to you soon, man.
Yes, sir. One love.
All right, one love, man. I'm gonna leave it up though. I'm gonna leave this stream up. So.
I got you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Holla at your boy.
All right, brothers. All right.
You have to. And people don't understand that it don't come overnight. You know, it don't. It don't. He didn't say it's gonna be easy. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. You know? No. even when this alignment fosters unity and shared values within the faith community, creating a collaborative environment for spiritual growth by consciously choosing to treat others with kindness and respect, aligning with God's teaching, encouraging love, forgiveness, and grace, leading to stronger bonds that reflect God's kingdom through relationships. Choosing to treat others with kindness and respect, aligning with God's teaching, encouraging love, forgiveness, and grace, leading to stronger bonds that reflect God's kingdom through relationships. Basically, it's saying this, paraphrasing God. Basically, it's saying this. You you have to make a choice. Whether you trust God or don't. Trust God, just know the road ain't easy. You got to create change within yourself. You got to create change within yourself. You do. Because at the end of the day, right? You have to make change. You know, it's an individual thing. If you want your relationship to work, you got to create change within yourself. You have to. Because at the end of the day, you could say you want things to work out, but you have to. You have to. That's why, it's good to fast. it's good to not only fast, but it's good to fast. Because not only you fasting, but you make up in your mind, God, there's some things I want to work out. There's some things that I need to work out. God, help me, mold me, cover me. Lord, help me, because I need you more than now and everything. Help me, because that's you. Everything has a choice. If you want to make that choice to work out, if you really want to fight, create change within yourself. Create change within yourself. If you won't, if you won't, if you want to, create change within yourself. Make up in your mind. This ain't no wishy washy. But make up in your mind what you want to do, because nobody can do it but you. Nobody could do it for you but you. And so that's why it's important, man. That's why it's important. That's why it's highly important. It's highly important. I like that. hmm Even it's man, God don't do things by mistake. He align you with people that act. He align people that is good and essential for you. They have a true relationship with God, a true relationship with God. Because God's time is not our timing. But when He align you with the right people, He align you with the right people. He don't align you with the wrong people. He align you with the right people. The right people. The right people. Because at the end of the day, everybody's not meant to be in a circle. Everybody's not meant to be in your circle. Everybody's not. Everybody's not. And everybody's not. Everybody's not meant to be in your circle. But when He align you, that's what I was mentioning about relationships. That's what I meant about, when I mentioned earlier about relationships. Align. You get to know the person. Continue to get to know the person. Yo. Hold on real quick. Yo. I am sorry. So, sorry. Where are you from? Person. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in. um, Orlando, Florida. But like I was saying, that's why I was mentioning earlier, because of the fact that God, God knows, even with even in a relationship, you get to know the person. You get to know the person as time continue. You'll see. You'll see as time continue. You will see the person for who they are, right? Alignment is not easy. Alignment takes time. That's where you get to know the person, see what they're about. That's plain and simple. You get to know them to see what they're about, because anybody can fake the phone. By how long you gonna keep faking? So that's why I'm like, it's better. That's why it's better to align, but also be humble and grateful. If somebody get mad at you, that's cool. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm blessed. God bless you. Because at the end of the day, you can be cocky and watch the results. But it's you have to be humble. Come with a humble heart. Because I used to be like that, cocky, acting like, man, I got the best thing in the world. Nobody can. The next thing you know, nah, you be cocky. You don't be, my bad, God. You don't be cocky. You don't. You just be humble. And going back to what I was saying about the alignment, align yourself with the right people. Align yourself with His Word. Align Himself. I know it's easier said than done, but align Himself with your Word, with His Word. Father, please stretch my hand. Help me. Heal me. Mold me. Rebuild me. Because at the end of the day, both you guys have to grow. Both you guys have to make a decision, stand on business. And that's why I said that's the importance of having a God centered relationship, because not only you guys are aligning with Him, you guys trust and believe in Him, you know, it, communication is key. It is. So, anyways, I just want to leave it like that. I will have a part two to this. I may or may not have a part two. I don't know. But I will say this: get to know the person, align, make sure they align with Him, make sure they are aligned with Him, align with His Word, align with His Word. Test the fruit. Test the fruit. But like I was saying, right? You have to align. Trust in God. Trust and believe in God. Because when you guys join together, when you guys align, when you guys pray together, when you guys study the word together, when you guys realize that He is in control, He's the center of your lives. When you guys decide that not only He's the center of your life, but He got your back, that He's working behind the scenes, that anything that's trying to come between y'all, that no weapon formed against y'all shall prosper. And Lord, I thank you throughout the good, bad, and the ugly. So yeah, guys, just want to leave you guys with that, with food for thought. You guys have a good one. Stay blessed.